To be a student for a long time, I want to know what the real business environment looks like and what it feels like to work in a real company. And the reason why I choose Pizza Hut, because Pizza Hut is a big brand and is a world well-known company.
The student who worked with us on her MSc thesis covered a topic called improving the forecasting techniques for our supply chain processes. It essentially involved two major parts. The first part was to look at the logic of our forecasting process and look at some of the bottlenecks in that process and come up with certain recommendations of an improved logic or an improved technique in the process itself. And the second part of it, once we get the forecast, what is the best way in communicating that forecast information to our suppliers and distributors who then supply product into our business.
Working at a real company is very different as you answer the questions during the exams, because working in the company you have to dealing with different peoples and issues. Working in the office, you have to communicate with people from different departments in order to know from different aspects of one issue, and moreover, you get the chance to analyze different data and filter different data from different resources.
To be able to work with a student who's an outsider from our organization, coming from an environment where there is a lot of theoretical knowledge, to come and share with us some of the insights which come out of a theoretical training program and marry it up to a practical situation like where we work in. So that's definitely a fresh set of ideas which come in. And secondly, we do not have resources ourselves sometimes to look into deeper problems, and we are too involved in day-to-day activity. And this student who has worked on a very specific project and focused in a specific area has definitely helped work on this project, find out some of the things which we kind of look at it every day and really do not observe, and not only that, come up with recommendations which will improve it in the future.
I did get a lot of support from the company and my supervisor. From the company side, my supervisor in the company actually gave me a lot of contact people to communicate with in order to know more about this topic that I was working on. And from the supervisor in Cranfield University, they know more about the knowledge of how to analyze data and know more about, from the academic side, how to improve those forecasting issues. So actually I can get both help from the real business side and the academic side.
Yes, certainly the Cranfield supervisor was very intimately involved. In fact, it was above our expectations. Our initial expectation was a student project would be the student herself, almost on her own all throughout the process, and very, very little backup from the university. But we were very pleased that the supervisor involved himself and took the trouble of actually coming and sitting down in meetings, not only once but twice during that project, and sharing with us some of his own thoughts and his own recommendations, which has helped in not only the student but also us in terms of having a bigger point of view. And besides that, he was in touch with me on the telephone, very, very interested to know what our feedback was on the student who was working with us. And at the same time, I also got some good feedback from him, fed back to him through the student about how she was feeling and how comfortable she was working within the Pizza Hut environment. So I think it was a two-way process, and I'm quite pleased with the involvement of the supervisor, his interest, and his also interest in getting into the details of some of what was going on. I think it added to the richness of the whole project and brought in another level of, I would say, perfection.
I learned a lot by doing this project. First of all, is my personal development skills, like communication skills. I need to communicate with different peoples in the different levels in order to understand the issue from different aspects. And I also need to solve different problems as along with the project process. There are always issues come out, and you need to find the way of dealing with them. And because it's about the supply chain forecasting, I got the opportunity to read a lot of materials and academic journals to know more about the area that I was working on, and in order to know more in detail of what this forecasting accuracy area is about and how to improve them in the real business world.
My recommendation to other organizations to involve students from Cranfield would be, this is an absolutely positive thing to do. Organizations often get too busy in internal processes, looking at their own activity day in, day out. Cranfield is a quality institution, and Cranfield has some very, very good faculty and students. And I think the company should take advantage of engaging with these students by getting some very interesting thesis or projects done with the help of these students and faculty. The students and the faculty can bring an extra dimension, some extra knowledge, some extra experience, which is external to organizations. And it's good for companies also to get to be seen to be engaged with local universities and students, which is a good partnership. It's a good partnership between academics and the industry. I mean, both need each other and both will benefit.
Because I learned a lot from by doing this project, and those skills like data analysis skills, communication skills, and even the data filter skills is really helpful for my current roles. And because the forecasting, because the project is about forecasting, so that I was able to continue use the forecasting and the working skills in my current roles.